Imagine a world where the veil of mystery is lifted, and you gain the ability to see through the veil of the ordinary, where the invisible becomes tangible and answers that elude the mind suddenly illuminate your inner eye. It's not a figment of the imagination, but a real force dormant in each of us, like a spark ready to ignite. This is inner sight, the ability to perceive the world beyond physical boundaries, to connect with invisible energy flows, and to grasp truths beyond the reach of most. What follows has the power to change your perception of reality. If you are ready to embark on a journey beyond the visible, let's begin by understanding the concept of inner vision itself. Inner vision is not just a play of the imagination, but a powerful tool that provides access to deep, intuitive understanding. It allows you to see things not as they appear at first glance, but to penetrate to their essence. Think back to moments when you knew something without any visible evidence. This is the manifestation of inner vision, when your subconscious mind connects disparate fragments of information, forming a whole picture, inaccessible for conscious analysis. Inner vision. It is as if a person has a third eye that opens access to amazing clarity of perception. It is often compared to inner knowing, a sense of awareness that extends beyond physical sight. Many people are accustomed to relying solely on their physical senses to navigate their surroundings. However, those who develop inner vision gain an undeniable advantage. They gain the ability to gain a deeper understanding of what is happening, to understand people, to anticipate consequences, and to make informed decisions with unwavering confidence. When inner vision is active, a person begins to notice the hidden patterns that permeate the world. He can, upon entering a room, feel the atmosphere reigning in it, even if everyone is silent. He can, upon meeting a stranger, immediately determine whether he can be trusted without waiting for a single word. This is not magic, but an intuitive ability that can be practiced and over time becomes a reliable guide in life. Just imagine how the world will be transformed if you move through it with a keen sense of perception, able to read between the lines and always stay one step ahead. This is the power of inner vision. Once you activate it, the world will never be the same again. The second part is devoted to specific steps aimed at awakening the inner vision, which is a process that requires a conscious approach and systematic exercises. It is important to realize that we are not talking about instantly acquiring psychic abilities, but about the gradual development of the ability originally inherent in each person. Below are practical suggestions that can serve as a starting point on this transformative journey. First of all, it is recommended to learn meditation as a means of achieving mental clarity. In today's world, the human mind is constantly exposed to a vast amount of information, distractions, and external stimuli, making it difficult to connect to one's intuition. Regular meditative practice can create a mental space in which clarity and insight can emerge. To begin, you should find a quiet and peaceful place where nothing distracts you. Closing your eyes, you should focus on your breathing, allowing your thoughts to calm down. Then, you can imagine a glowing point in the area between the eyebrows, symbolizing the so-called third eye, the place where the inner vision resides. The more attention is paid to this light, the brighter it becomes. At first, it may seem that nothing is happening, but in time, subtle changes will become noticeable. One will begin to feel more connected to one's thoughts, emotions, and the world around them. With practice, the ability to see with the third eye will increase, opening access to deeper insights that can guide one's life. Developing inner vision requires regular visualization exercises to help strengthen this ability. It is recommended to start simple. Close your eyes and try to recreate in your mind an image of some object, such as a flower or a tree, or even a whole scene from your favorite movie. It is important to try to visualize every detail: shades of colors, surface texture, dynamics of movement. The more vivid and saturated will be the imaginary image, the more effectively the inner vision is trained. Over time, thanks to such exercises, a person will be able to see more clearly and distinctly with the mind's eye, which will allow him to receive valuable information necessary for making decisions or getting out of difficult life situations. Visualization exercises are useful not only for creating images of objects. They can also be used to visualize desired outcomes. For example, you can visualize the successful completion of a project or a harmonious relationship, and mentally work through the steps necessary to achieve these goals. Regular visualization practice trains the mind to see possibilities, perspectives, and outcomes that may not be obvious to others. An equally important aspect of developing inner vision is the ability to trust your intuition. Surely, everyone is familiar with the sense of foreboding that sometimes arises but is often ignored. The development of inner vision implies that such instincts should be treated with great attention. When any feeling about a person, situation, or decision arises, it is worthwhile to stop for a moment and try to understand where it is coming from. As a rule, intuition picks up subtle signals that consciousness is not always able to fully realize. It is better to start practicing trust in intuition from small, paying attention to your sensations in everyday situations. The more often a person listens to his intuition and trusts it, the more accurate and reliable it becomes over time. This strengthens the confidence that inner sight can serve as a reliable guide in difficult life circumstances and help to make the right decisions in conditions of uncertainty. One of the most effective ways to awaken inner vision is to keep a journal of intuition, where you record moments of insight and premonitions. Every time there is a feeling that foreshadows an event, a vivid dream, or a sudden insight, it is necessary to write it down in the records. Over time, certain patterns will begin to emerge in these entries, which are the key to understanding the language in which inner sight communicates with consciousness. Keeping a journal strengthens the connection between the conscious and subconscious mind, opening access to deeper levels of intuition. Invisible energies are constantly surrounding a person, manifesting in the mood of a room, the aura of another person, or the energy of a particular place. The ability to tune into these energies plays an important role in activating inner vision. Most people perceive only what is in their immediate field of vision, but with the awakening of inner sight comes the ability to sense subtle energy shifts. To develop the ability to sense invisible energies, it is recommended to practice energy scanning in various situations. For example, when entering a room, one should stop for a moment and try to feel its energy. Is it heavy or light, tense or calm? You may not be able to explain it logically, but you will get an instinctive feeling. This awareness helps to better navigate social situations and the environment. One should begin practicing energy scanning in everyday life. When meeting a new person, you can try to feel their energy before you start a conversation. Are they open or withdrawn, nervous or confident? These subtle signals provide valuable information that most people overlook. The more you practice, the better you will get at sensing the invisible forces at work in every situation. Immersion in energy meditation opens new horizons of perception. It is recommended to take time to reflect on the energy flows that permeate the surrounding space. Once you have found a secluded place, you should focus on the sensations emanating from the energy that fills the room. Perhaps, at first, it will seem unusual, but regular practice increases sensitivity to the invisible influences that shape our environment and relationships. Over time, one begins to pick up subtle changes in temperature, mood, and even vibrations. As the practice progresses, the ability to sense energy becomes apparent even in the most turbulent of environments, allowing one to understand the world more deeply and find one's way in it. A tremendous power lurks in silence. By attuning to the stillness around us, one gains the ability to more sensitively perceive subtle movements and transformations of energy that occur outside of ordinary perception. In a quiet space, one simply has to listen to the silence. It is in this silent space that details that are usually drowned out by the hustle and bustle of everyday life begin to emerge. This heightened sense of awareness plays a key role in activating inner vision, allowing one to tune into the unseen facets of life. The fourth facet of self-knowledge: the significance of dreams and visualizations. Dreams appear as one of the most effective ways to penetrate into the innermost corners of the subconscious mind. In the hours of night rest, when the conscious mind weakens its control, the subconscious comes to the forefront, generously gifting us with a kaleidoscope of vivid images, symbolic signs, and emotional experiences. These night messages can become a compass, pointing the right way in the labyrinths of everyday life. Careful attention to these signs opens access to an inexhaustible source of hidden knowledge and wisdom. Dream Diary as a guide to the world of the subconscious. One of the most accessible and effective methods of working with dreams is keeping a diary. Every morning, barely waking up, you should record in it all the details of the night journey, not missing the slightest detail. Even what seems insignificant can be the key to understanding deeper meanings. By analyzing recurring motifs, symbols, and emotional states over time, patterns can be revealed that will shed light on various aspects of real life. This is how inner sight enters into a dialogue to help make sense of complex situations, relationships, and important decisions. Conscious dreams as a tool to expand the boundaries of perception. Conscious dreaming, when one becomes aware of oneself in a dream and gains the ability to control its course, is a more advanced yet powerful way of developing inner vision. Regular reality check exercises throughout the day, as well as a firm intention to become aware of oneself in dreams, can lead to the experience of conscious dreams. These unique states of consciousness offer limitless opportunities to explore the depths of the subconscious mind in a controlled environment, revealing more and more layers of intuition and insight. Chapter 5 focuses on the powerful connection with nature as a way to enhance inner vision. Nature, that great ally, provides unique opportunities to activate intuition. Being in perfect harmony with the rhythms of life, the natural world allows us to connect to these rhythms and deepen our intuitive abilities by immersing ourselves in it. One of the most simple but effective ways to awaken inner vision is to practice grounding in the bosom of nature. Walking barefoot on grass, sand, or earth allows us to experience the direct connection between body and earth, opening the way for the earth's energy to circulate freely within us. This grounding process helps to harmonize our energy with the natural world, greatly enhancing our ability to sense subtle changes and invisible forces around us. Another effective method of strengthening inner vision is forest bathing, or prolonged exposure to nature. Walking through a forest, park, or nature reserve, one should fully immerse oneself in the world of surrounding sights, sounds, and energies. By paying attention to the sensations emanating from plants, animals, and even the air, we sharpen our intuitive senses. This deep connection with nature helps us tune into the invisible forces shaping our environment and broadens our perceptual horizons. In conclusion, unlocking the potential of inner vision is not a one-time event, but rather an ongoing self-improvement. As one deepens in the practice of the methods presented, one's ability to perceive the hidden aspects of reality will steadily increase over time. This will lead to enhanced intuitive perception, easier decision-making, and a sense of clarity previously unavailable. The ability to connect with deeper truths will transform not only the visual perception of the world, but also the way of life itself. It is important to remember that this skill develops gradually, requiring constant practice and focus. Therefore, it is necessary to continue the exercises, expand the horizons of knowledge, and observe how the invisible becomes manifest in everyday life. The sixth part is devoted to the influence of symbols on inner vision. For centuries, symbols have played an important role in various cultures, serving as a powerful tool for understanding and guidance. They represent the language of the subconscious mind, and the ability to decipher their meaning can greatly enhance inner vision. Symbols that appear in dreams, meditations, or everyday life often serve as clues from the deeper self, helping to navigate difficult situations and make informed decisions. Symbols are all around us, permeating every corner of our lives. Have you ever noticed how certain signs or images persistently haunt you, whether they are repeating numbers, animal silhouettes, or objects that appear over and over again? This is not just a game of chance, but rather a whisper of your subconscious mind trying to convey important information to you. Try to be more attentive to these patterns, because they may hold the key to understanding your current situation. For example, if the number 111 keeps coming to your attention, it could be a sign that you are on the right path to your goal, or that you need to pay more attention to your spiritual development. To deepen your connection to symbolic language, try meditating on a symbol that resonates with you. It could be an ancient geometric figure, a personal symbol such as a totem animal, or even an image that often appears in your dreams. Find a quiet place. Focus on your chosen symbol, visualize it clearly, and allow your intuition to reveal its deeper meaning. Over time, this practice will help you develop the ability to intuitively interpret symbols, opening access to valuable knowledge and insight. Chapter 7 is devoted to developing emotional awareness, which plays a key role in shaping inner vision. Often, people tend to suppress or ignore their emotions, not realizing that they can open the way to deep self-knowledge and understanding of the reality around them. Emotions are like messengers delivering important news. They reflect the inner state of a person and, if you learn to understand them, can be a reliable compass for decision-making. The first step to emotional awareness is to practice tracking emotions throughout the day. When a strong feeling arises, be it joy or sadness, you need to stop and analyze its source. It is important to recognize if the emotion is rooted in a past experience, fear, or subconscious belief. Tracking emotions allows one to look into the hidden corners of oneself, and by recognizing them, one is able to make better and more informed decisions. To deepen this practice, one can resort to emotional meditation. In a quiet environment, one should focus on a particular emotion that has recently caused difficulty, such as anger or sadness. Instead of pushing it away, one should allow oneself to feel it, explore it, and allow the inner vision to reveal its deeper meaning. It is likely that these emotions carry important messages regarding your current life path or relationships with others. Chapter 8 is devoted to interacting with the law of attraction and developing inner vision. The law of attraction states the fundamental principle that like attracts like. In other words, the objects of our attention and concentration inevitably materialize in our lives. When combined with the power of inner vision, this law becomes immensely powerful, allowing us to clearly visualize our desired goals and harmonize our energy with their attainment. Visualization becomes a powerful tool for realizing what we desire. Using inner vision, one can visualize the desired results with amazing clarity. Career growth, harmonious relationships, or personal development. Regularly allocating time for detailed visualization of these goals, a person adjusts to the energy necessary for their realization. The brighter and more realistic the images created in the mind, the stronger the energetic connection with the desired result becomes. By connecting to the inner vision, a person not only attracts what he or she wants, but also receives valuable insights into the ways to achieve it. However, visualization is not enough. One must align one's thoughts and emotions with the desired vision. This involves developing a mindset of abundance and gratitude, as well as an unwavering belief that what is desired is already on its way to being realized. By strengthening the inner vision and tuning into a positive attitude, one becomes a magnet for favorable events and the achievement of goals. The 9th chapter is devoted to the important role of intuition in interpersonal relationships. Developed intuition, like an internal compass, not only contributes to deep self-knowledge, but also has a beneficial effect on relationships with others. By improving intuitive perception, a person gains the ability to more sensitively grasp the emotional state, hidden intentions, and unspoken needs of others, which undoubtedly enriches communication and strengthens relationships. One of the manifestations of intuition in relationships is the ability to read between the lines. In the process of communication, inner sight allows us to feel what remains beyond words. For example, the person you are talking to may say that everything is fine, but your intuition tells you that they are actually feeling sad or stressed. It is important to trust these intuitive feelings because often people are not fully aware of their own emotions or have difficulty expressing them. Inner vision helps to capture these subtle nuances, allowing for greater empathy and understanding in response. To further develop empathy and improve relationships, it is recommended to practice empathy meditation. In a quiet environment, you should mentally visualize the person you care about. Focusing on his image, you should try to feel his emotional state. This practice strengthens your ability to intuitively understand others, which in turn leads to deeper connections and improved communication skills. For many people, uncovering inner vision becomes an exciting spiritual adventure that opens new horizons of self-discovery and connection to the universe. It is not just looking inside oneself, but establishing a deep connection with something all-encompassing, with an inexhaustible source of universal wisdom that can illuminate the path of life. Regardless of adherence to a particular spiritual tradition or a simple desire for harmony with the universe, developing inner vision can be a powerful tool for spiritual growth and self-improvement. Incorporating spiritual meditative practices into daily life becomes an important step along the way. It can be concentrating on the feeling of one's inseparable connection to the universe, visualizing oneself as an integral part of a greater whole, or reflecting on the mysteries of existence. In moments of meditation, one should allow the inner vision to reveal an understanding of one's purpose, unique path, and deep connection to something that transcends the boundaries of personal existence. As one deepens one's spiritual connection, one begins to notice more and more synchronicities, amazing moments when events come together so perfectly that it seems like a pattern rather than a coincidence. These are signs sent by the universe, guiding man to his highest good and self-realization. A well-developed inner vision helps to recognize these moments, allowing one to follow the instructions and believe that one is being led in the right direction, to achieve one's goals and find harmony with oneself and the world around. By embarking on a path illuminated by the principles outlined in these chapters, one embarks on a path that only a few choose, a path that leads to expanded self-knowledge, deepened interpersonal connections, and significant spiritual progress. The development of inner vision is not simply the ability to see what is hidden from ordinary sight, but rather to uncover the hidden aspects of existence and gain access to the wisdom that is originally inherent in everyone. As one's inner eye becomes sharper, one begins to realize that the world around us is much richer, more complex, and more intimately connected than it may have seemed before. Therefore, as we continue to improve our skills, believing in our potential, everyone can witness their lives being transformed in ways that previously seemed unimaginable.